Good afternoon, everyone. So happy to see so many of us on the call this afternoon. Thank you for joining us on this amazing Saturday afternoon. Hope you're all well wherever you are. And I'm really looking forward to today's presentation. To get started, I want to let everybody know that there's going to be a lot of information covered this afternoon. I've got to wrap it up in 55 minutes. There's another reason for that. I've got to be somewhere at 1 o'clock. We've got to go downstairs and do another presentation. So going to cover a lot of information. So the purpose of today's call is to give you an expectation of what's coming down the pipe. First of all, what separates us as a company, as a product, as a mission from really anything else in the world and in the industry. And then finally stepping into what's coming down the pipe here in the next few weeks and months as we really become fully activated in our co-op marketing program. So I'm going to give you details on that. So I do want to get started as people come in. I welcome them, but we have a lot of information to cover. This is being recorded. Please take notes, because taking notes is the best way of learning. At least that's what my teachers told me when I was a little kid. It's worked for me so far. So we're going to get started right away. So today we're going to cover Super Patch Company, our market advantages, and our new upcoming co-op marketing program. Now, we all know the benefits of our products. For those that have been with us for the last 12 months, know that we have some unique value propositions. But there are some key understandings that I want you to take away. There are some market advantages tied to our product, tied to our company, tied to our value proposition that are unassailable and give us a completely unconquerable market advantage in our industry and in the marketplace. And there are a number of them, and I'm going to go through them one by one, but these are things that you as representatives of the product and the company, and I'm speaking now especially to the leadership on the call, that you all need to be aware of and say, hey, what makes Super Patch so fantastic and better than any other opportunity? Because these are the things that you need to be able to share with your team, coach with your team, coach with new people coming on board, but really have the ability to articulate the key difference between us and everything else on the market and why it's important. Okay, so we're going to start with that, and then we're going to get into some more details. So Super Patch Company, market advantages, and our co-op marketing program. So the first advantage, we have globally protected intellectual property and technology. Our VTT technology is 15 years and $22 million in R&D. It's taken an immense amount of effort and resources to develop what we have. Our intellectual property is protected globally and only available with the Super Patch Company. So there's no white label products. There's no other place to get it. This is not another Me Too product. It's 100% drug-free health, wellness, and performance. Now, when we take a look at the larger, wider direct sales world, network marketing world, you'll find that many companies do not actually have their own intellectual property, if any at all. And that's key to understand, because what happens then is you get Me Too products, you get similar products available in the marketplace. You can buy them on Amazon, you can buy them at Whole Foods, you can buy them at nutrition stores. It's the whole concept of proprietary intellectual property that separates us. Real products, real R&D that give us a unique value proposition. So that's the first thing. And these are just checkpoints you want to be able to put beside any company, any product in the industry to know what separates us from everybody else. So big check mark for us. Second big advantage, solutions and products for maximum market opportunity. So with 12 plus different patches with unique benefits, our market opportunity is billions of consumers. We're providing solutions for the biggest health, wellness, performance needs and wants. Solutions for pain, sleep, stress, mobility, fitness, and more, all drug-free, all safe, all affordable. Now, the market is 6 billion people and trillions of dollars. What we're not is a fad, and we're not solving fad problems because fads come and go. I think we all know that. But pain is not a fad, sleep is not a fad, stress is not a fad, mobility and fitness are not fads. These are key drivers of quality of life, wellness that we all have to understand what separates us. So we're not just a skincare company, we're not just a weight loss company, we are not just any of those things out there. What we're solving are the biggest wants and needs in health, wellness, and performance. So if we take a look at any doctor's office in North America at any point in time, any day of the week, 85% of the people in that doctor's office are there for some kind of pain, poor sleep, low energy, and fatigue. That's how big the market opportunity is. And I'll say that's available in every country, in every city, in every town in the world. Right? So we have something for everyone. That's massive. Now you start comparing that to the market and in competitive intelligence, nothing in the world does what we do for the number of people that we can do this for. But you have to know this. Third massive advantage, regulatory and clinical compliance. We are FDA registered. What does that mean? That our processes, our products, our materials, how we manufacture it, where we manufacture it, our studies, everything is in line for us to maintain our FDA registration. Proven, published, peer-reviewed clinicals on our website. Drug-free, ingredient-free. This means the same products available in every market. We use world-class materials made by 3M. Massive advantage. When we take a look at the marketplace, you'll find that other companies, perhaps in the same category, are not FDA registered. They don't have peer-reviewed published research. There are drugs and ingredients, different products in different markets. Substandard manufacturing processes. Massive advantage that we have. And if you start looking at the marketplace, you're going to find few and far in between that can deliver on this. Fourth amazing advantage, products that work, right? So not only do we have thousands of testimonials, we have proven clinical studies that prove the efficacy and validity of the claims that we're making. This is absolute must in today's world, especially with regulators looking to, punish those companies that don't necessarily have the validation of their claims that they're making. So we have a massive check mark on that, but that's not enough. Their products need to work fast. This is an instant gratification generation, ladies and gentlemen. I think we all know that, right? So with our products, the results are almost instant. Life-changing and mind-blowing demonstrations that we can do with real people in real time. You don't need to wait weeks and months for results. Because if we've been in this industry with other opportunities or other businesses, you know that you're asking people to try the product for weeks, for months on time, hoping that they're going to get a result. What that leads to is consumer dissatisfaction and lack of belief in the product. And when the products work fast, that's the Shazam moment, right? That's the moment where they're like, oh my gosh, my pain is gone. I'm sleeping better. I have better balance. I have better stability. And that demonstration, that's the key. You can show the efficacy and the proof of our technology by doing that demo. Everything comes after. Everything comes after. So imagine that. You have electricity in your hand. You have an amazing thing that's as powerful as electricity. You do the demonstration, the balance, stability, and strength is improved. We have to leverage that because that's a massive advantage that others don't have in this market. But even that's not enough. We need more advantages. And one of the biggest requirements in health, wellness, performance is to eliminate the need for change. So with our products and our company, no lifestyle change required, no diet change required. Patch and go, easy to use and consumable, right? Because information isn't the answer. Products aren't the answer. It's how the product can be used in somebody's life. That's the key, right? So we don't need to change somebody's lifestyle, go to the gym, change their diet or anything. All those things are great. But for our product to work and for people to see benefit with our products, those things don't need to happen. That's amazing advantage in the marketplace that other companies don't have and other products don't have. We need to know that. Perfect price for consumers. Okay, so if there's one thing that's always been beating network marketing over the head is seemingly overpriced products, right? So if we're selling it with somebody selling a nutritional or some other kind of product or some skincare, I bet you dollars to donuts you can probably get the same ingredients online at a health food store or someplace for probably a lot less money, right? And there's a lot of reasons for that, right? But we haven't done that. We've done things the Fortune 500, meaning that we found the right market, We did spend the time and money on R&D to develop the right products, and then we did the research to find the right price that people are willing to pay for. So our products are priced for the end user. That's absolutely key. Affordability and accessibility are the cornerstone of health, wellness, and consumer acceptance. Without consumer acceptance, we can't scale to the level we want to scale, and we can't help as many people as we want to help. This is absolutely critical for customer acquisition and retention. Critical, okay? And then finally, our co-op marketing program, which I'm going to get into details here. The field and the company are going to join together on mass media advertising to drive brand awareness, customer acquisition, and then share the customer revenue. It's the only co-op program in the industry. Customer acquisition and retention is the only sustainable business model available. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason, because network marketing has gone down a certain pathway where customers have seemingly been ignored for a long period of time. Yeah, there's regulation out there that want people to have customers, and what companies have done is they've started qualifying or classifying their distributors as customers to get past the red tape. But the reality is this: customers are people that just love the product, that use the product. We have all those products in our homes. We have our favorite toothpaste, we have our favorite laundry detergents, we have our favorite soaps, whatever that is. We have our favorite products. The world is just like that. The consumer base out there, the multi-billion person consumer base behaves exactly the same way. They like products that work, that they can afford. And that's the key. So how do we access that? With the system that we have in place. We're going to access it to the co-op marketing program. So the co-op marketing program is simple in concept, and there's a lot of details I'm going to cover with you today, and more to come in time. So this is the concept. The Super Edge company, the company, corporate, and the field are going to come together and share the marketing costs of mass media advertising to acquire new customers. Okay, there's a customer acquisition action that's going to take with a massive spend on media marketing. Okay, when those new customers repurchase, the company and the field will share the customer revenue. Sounds very egalitarian, right? Sounds like a lot of fun, and it is going to be fun. But let me now give you the details of the step-by-step of how this is going to work, because I think you need to understand that. And we're going to cover this over and over and over again as we bring this to light. So the first thing, the company is going to spend a ton of money on mass media. And we're going to drive that traffic, right? We're going to take a ton of money and we're going to put it into mass media. We're going to start with radio, right? And we're going to drive that messaging to call centers and landing pages to convert those calls and those visitors to sales. To start this, the company is going to pay for all the media, the cost of goods, the call center, the credit card fees, the shipping, the returns. And when those calls and those listeners go to the call center, we've hired the best call centers in the world to convert those calls into customers. And when they go on the landing pages, to convert those visitors into sales. So that's the big mechanism of, hey, but we have to start here. This is what the company is going to do. We're going to go out there and we're going to spend a ton of money to generate those sales. Not leads, ladies and gentlemen. Leads are not customers. Leads behave completely different than paying customers. Okay? Lead generation is easy and far less expensive. But leads don't behave the way customers behave. A good friend taught me, because when people pay, they pay attention. When somebody's paid $60 for a patch, guess what they're going to do? They're going to try that patch. They're going to wear that patch. If we just send them a pack of patches, good chances are they're not going to try it. They're not going to use it. They're not going to see the benefits. And they're not going to fall in love with the product and the technology. Right? So we have to do this the hard way, the diligent way. This is why it's going to be more expensive, right? But we have to do it this way. Otherwise, we're going to be fooling ourselves, and we don't want to fall into that trap. But there are some key understandings that you all have to have in terms of what are the metrics of this customer acquisition. And what do you mean by co-op token price, Jay? So let me walk you through some high level but very important information. So there's a concept called revenue per customer. Revenue per customer is the total customer revenue from the initial customer purchase. Remember, we're going to spend all that money in advertising when we get initial customers, right? So the customer per revenue is the total revenue from the initial customer purchase divided by the number of orders. So for example, we're going to spend some money on media. Some people are going to go to the call center, some are going to the website, but and we generate $12,000. If those $12,000 come from 200 orders, then we know that the revenue per customer is $60, right? So that's what the revenue per customer number is. Second concept is cost per acquisition, CPA. The CPA is the total cost of sales divided by the number of orders. So what's the total cost of sales? The total cost of sales is the media cost, the cost of the goods, the call center, the credit card, the shipping, the returns, all of it. And for our example, we're going to say, hey, that total cost of sales of the media, the goods, the call center, the credit card, the shipping, the returns is $15,000. So the CPA is $15,000 divided by the number of orders, which we had 200. So the CPA is 75. Now you're going to start to see what the challenge here is and why the co-op program is so important. The cost per acquisition will most likely be more expensive than the revenue per customer. Why? Media costs are expensive. Call centers are expensive. The goods are expensive. Credit card fees, everything has a cost, but we can scale it. We're going to talk about how we're going to do that. So the co-op token price, what any representative in the field is going to pay for the future revenue from that customer, right? So the token price equals the revenue per customer less the cost per acquisition. So in this example, it's $60, the revenue per customer, minus the CPA, which is $75. So the token price in this example would be $15. This is the amount of money the company lost on acquiring one customer. Okay, does that make sense? So the number of tokens available will always be the number of initial customer purchases. So in this case, the total number of tokens in this example would be 200. So for everybody with me, and if it's not, don't worry, we're going to repeat this over and over again, okay? In other training sessions. So how does it become sustainable and grow? So the Superpatch company makes tokens available to the field. We're going to invest all this money in media. We're going to get a token price, and we're going to share that cost of marketing because that's the cost of marketing, right? So the Superpatch company is going to make tokens available to the field to share the customer acquisition marketing cost. The token is a share of the marketing cost of acquisition. When the field spends money in the token, they're sharing in the marketing cost. So the funds from the tokens are put back in the media spend, and then the advertising continues as the media budgets replenish. So whatever the shortfall is in terms of how much we spent on customer acquisition, the balance is divided into little bits of tokens. The field purchases those tokens for future revenue sharing on the customer repurchases, and we start the process over and over again. And that's how this cycle works. This is how it's sustainable. This is how it's scalable. So let me show you how this works. So for example, from our example before, the field spends $15 per token and takes all the 200 tokens. This replenishes the 3,000 that was a shortfall in our example. If you'll recall, we had $12,000 in revenue. The total cost of sales was $15,000. So there was a shortfall of minus $3,000, right? This $3,000 from the tokens is put back into the media spend, and the advertising continues as the media budget is replenished and the program continues. Okay, so think about this. We're going to market together. I'm going to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever the shortfall is. We're going to break it into little tokens, make it available to the field. Next week, we do it again. The next week, we do it again. The next week, we do it again. The next week, we do it again. So we are completely aligned. We are completely aligned in terms of growth of the business. Certainly, I carry more of the risk, but I'm happy to do it if you'll back me on this program. More than happy to do it if you join me on this and we bring our product, our message, our mission to the wider world. Okay? So win, win, win. So this is how the little things work now. The revenue share and how the field and how you win in terms of economics, okay? So every co-op marketing token gives the token holder a share of future reorder revenue from the initial customers acquired. All future monthly reorder revenue from the co-op acquisition customers put into a monthly pool. The pool of monthly reorder revenue is shared with all token holders. Now, this is very important for everyone to understand. Every token is going to be worth as much as the next token and have the same value in terms of future revenue share. Okay? So this is why we're going to put all the tokens into a pool and divide the total revenue by the total tokens being held by the field. That way, it doesn't matter if any one customer buys again or whose customer buys. Everybody shares in the revenue. okay? Because we know that not every customer is going to buy every month. Some are going to buy a lot, some are going to buy a little, some are going to buy 4 times a year, 3 times a year, 2 times a year, 12 times a year. We don't know. We're certainly going to market to them and cross-sell them and do those amazing things. But I don't want anybody to think, oh, hey, Jay gave his buddies the best leads or the best customers. No. Every revenue dollar is shared with every token holder. This is the most equitable, most fair way to do it because we're all buying tokens. We're all buying the future revenue. So there's no better clients or better customers or poor customers, A customers, C. No, every customer revenue is treated, every dollar is treated exactly the same. Every token holder will get the same value. Okay, this is absolutely important that I do it this way. Anything else? So this is why it's called cooperative. We cooperatively share in the marketing and we cooperatively share in the revenue. So the monthly revenue per share per token and other values will also be calculated on a month-to-month basis. So at the end of every month, we're going to see how many of those customers rebought. And then we're going to apply a token value to that to the tokens that month, right? So there's a few notions we have to understand here. The monthly revenue per token, right, equals the monthly reorder revenue divided by the total number of tokens held by the field. So it's always the same calculation. We get X number of dollars divided by the total number of tokens held by the field. The token will also have the following values that will be assessed on a monthly basis because we have to calculate this for your payouts every month, right? So the monthly revenue per token, the TV, the total monthly reorder revenue divided by the number of tokens will be the TV, okay? Token volume. The token retail profit will be 25% of the TV. Sounds just like our current retail profit, right? Exactly the same way. The token business volume, the TBV, is equal to 60% of TV, which is just like our BV right now. Okay? This follows the same pattern, same comp plan, same comp engine. Nothing changes. Every token in the company is assigned these values every month, and the comp plan will calculate the payouts based on these numbers. The TRP is treated like RP and TBV is treated like BV. The more tokens on a member's team, the greater the TB value that will count towards payout. So if you got 1,000 people on your team and everybody has tokens, when we put that BV, attach it to all those tokens, the trickle up economics of network marketing kick in for you. And the numbers get really, really big, really, really fast. So let me give you an example. Again, for illustration purposes only. So monthly tokens held by the field, for example, is 10,000. And if the reorder value is 600,000, that means the token value is $60. This also means that every customer reordered that month. This is, I'll tell you right now, this is never going to happen. Okay, this is very, very highly unlikely. Okay. The reorder rate is going to be anywhere between 1% and 99%. It's never going to be 0 and it's never going to be 100. In this situation, the token retail profit is $15. So every token that anybody has, they're going to get a retail profit of 25% of that token value, which in this case is $60, and it'll be $15. The TBV is $36. That's the BV amount that every token is going to get applied in the system. These values are applied to every token in the company. The comp plan treats the TRP like RP and the TBV like BV. The payout for the member will depend on the size and structure of their team, their rank, the number of tokens accumulated and held by them personally and their team. Okay, that's example 1. Example 2, again, 10,000 tokens held by the field. But in this situation, the monthly reorder revenue is 120,000. That means 20% of the customers reordered this month. So the revenue per token, the TV, is $12. The retail profit is $3. The token business volume, TBV, is $7.20. Again, these values apply to every token in the company. The comp plan treats the TRP like RP, the TBV like BV. The payout for the members will depend on the size and structure of their team, their rank, the number of tokens accumulated and held by them personally and their team. So imagine you have a team of 100 people and everybody takes 8 tokens a month. At the end of the year, every single member in your team has 100 tokens. That means you have 10,000 customers, 10,000 tokens. When that BV gets applied to every token in your organization, it trickles up every month, every month, every month. So I'm going to stop sharing here. Okay. So that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're going to do. Now, your heads are probably spinning. Okay. But that's okay. So there's a few requirements for participation on this. The first participants on this are going to be the ones that are in Dallas, because attendance and participation has privileges. So this is going to be open to the first people. The first people that are going to have access to the customer acquisition program are going to be the attendees in Dallas on March 8th and 9th. Number one. Number two, to participate in this, you obviously have to be on the SmartShip program. Why? Because we have to fund this thing. We have to fund this massive media. Okay, so you got to be on SmartShip no matter what. And then on a month-to-month basis, you have to be participating in the co-op marketing program, meaning that you have to share in the marketing cost, to share in the continued growth of the business and the company. You don't have to. Again, it's all voluntary, right? But to get paid out that month, you got to be on SmartShip and you got to participate in the co-op marketing program. And the reason I say is this: the biggest brands in the world market every day. We all know who Coca-Cola is. And they have 4 billion servings a day. But guess what they do? Nonstop marketing. We all know McDonald's. Think we're going to forget McDonald's? No. But they spend billions of dollars in marketing. My goal in 2024 is to get to at least $1 million in marketing a week by the end of March. That's my goal. We're going to start with radio, then we're going to scale to TV. Now, we have another massive leverage that other products and companies don't have. And that's that we have these amazing products that have massive cross-sell opportunities and upsell opportunities. We're going to manage that customer base with professional marketing, professional drip campaigns, share testimonials, share videos, keep them engaged with the brand and their product, right? We're going to start with the pain patch. We can then market to them sleep patches, stress patches, mobility patches, you name it. We've got 12 different opportunities to grow that wallet size and that customer lifetime value. And when we do that, we all win. Not just a little bit. We win on every single thing that we're striving for. Number one, we're getting closer to the mission. Closer to the mission. We have sustainable, reliable income sources for ourselves, so we can keep doing this, having fun, and we're going to help a ton of people, right? I know it's a lot of information, everyone, to absorb. We're going to do it again. I had this meeting with your leaders, VP and up, earlier this week. Reached out to them for answers. And if you have questions, we'll do this again and again and again until we're all comfortable. We're going to make that deck available. We're going to tweak it, make it even better and prettier. And that's where we're headed. So imagine this. When somebody hears our radio ad or sees our TV ad and they buy, that revenue is going in the pool. When somebody says, I heard of that on my favorite show, you're like, yeah, great. Did you buy? Knowing that money's going to go in the pool. When they see a billboard and they call or they go to the website and they buy, it's going to go in the pool. Right? This doesn't take away from any customers you're going to get on your own or your team or anything like that. That's all there anyways. Nothing's changing. So how do you win? Right? This is how you win. You have to make your team as big as possible, as fast as possible, and get them all on the marketing program. Okay? Get them on the co-marketing program. Because the more tokens in your organization, the more money you're going to make. It's just multiplication. It's your job right now, as of 12:29 p.m., January 20th, 2024, is to grow your team as big as possible fast. The more people you have, the more tokens in your organization, which are customers. Ready, set, go. That's all I'll say. Ready, set, go. That's how we're going to win. That's how we're going to dominate. We're going to change this industry. It's a takeover. But we're going to break all preconceived notions and myths in network marketing that it's not sustainable. We're going to make it beyond sustainable, beyond successful. We're building something generational, ladies and gentlemen. We have the technology, we have the platform, it's proprietary, nobody else has it, the right price, the right value, the right benefits, the right product, we have the right team. Time to go. That's it. Time to go. So with that, I'll leave you this afternoon. I got it done in 30 minutes. I'm very happy, very proud of myself. But there's a lot of questions. Talk to your leaders. They have them, but we're going to do this again and again and again. But you need to, okay, so listen, if you're not going to Dallas and you haven't bought your ticket, you need to get to Dallas. Please. You're gonna miss out. Not just on this. We have some of the best thought leaders in health and wellness. They're going to present, share their findings, why they love the product, who they're recommending it to. If you were in Orlando and you thought Orlando was a 5-star event, this is going to be a 7-star event. We go all out. You guys know this. So let's get to Dallas, get your tickets, get your team there. Get your team there. Don't miss out. With that, I'm out. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. God bless. Bye-bye for now.